The core topics that I choose is social relationships, which I choose nationalism, patriotism, and fanaticism. Patriotism is a cultural love and respect for their own geography, context, history, culture, tradition, and philosophy. All the countries and people have an attachment to what they consider to be part of them, and something that represents what they are. According to the article on the patriotism on historical dictionary of philosophy, reviewing the use of terms from 20th century to our own times, gives numerous references, but they are mostly to authors who were not philosophers. The love for their country is involving in a sense of personal identification, special concern of the well-being with the country, or willingness to sacrifice to promote the country's good. The patriotism involves endorsement of one's country. If the patriot is to endorse their country, they must consider her beliefs about the country, virtues, and achievements to be based on some subjective, valid standards of value, and unbiased examination of the country past and present record that leads to the conclusion that it lives up to those standards. On the other hand, patriotism is morally mandatory, or even that it is in the core of morality. The patriotism has different types, like the extreme. This involves some of the case the politician and common citizens, the paramount interest of one's country override any moral consideration which they might come into conflict. Other one is a moderate patriotism, not entail adopting sweeping Spartalism that acknowledge no special obligations and allows no partiality to our own. Other type is the robust in their morality is always the morality of the particular community, and the last one is the ethical patriotism, that is the afflated. The gratitude is probably the most popular among the group's ideas of patriotic duty. Nationalism is the devotion to the interests or culture of one's nations. The belief that nations will benefit from acting independently rather than collective, emphasizing national rather than international goals. The aspiration of national independence in a country under foreign domination. A quotation from Richard Aldington: its patriotism is a liberal sense of collective responsibility. Nationalism is a silly cock crowing on its own dung. The patriotisms have some characteristics like spirit or aspirations common to the whole of the nation, devotion and loyalty of one's own country, excessive patriotism, the desire of national advancement or political independence, the policy of or doctrine asserting the interests of one's own nation, viewed as separate from the interests of the other nations or the common interests of all the nations. Fanaticism is a belief or behavior involving uncritical zeal, particularly for a religious or political cause, or in some cases sports or with an obsessive enthusiasm for a pastime or hobby. According to Oxford definition of fanaticism, is informal, a person with an obsessive interest in an enthusiasm for a particular activity. The difference between a fan and fanatic is that while both have an overwhelming liking or interest in a given subject, behavior of a fanatic will be viewed as violating prevailing social norms, while that of a fan will not violate those norms. Categories of fanaticism: consumer fanaticism, religious fanaticism, political ideological fanaticism, ethnic, regional, racial fanaticism. To conclude, the difference between these terms are that nationalism is the excessive patriotism in one's country. Nationalists believe that their interests, culture, of social values, or religion is superior to all others on the planet. Nationalists usually have no regard for other countries or cultures that are different from their own and believe that are superior to all others. The patriotism is that pride in one's country, that pride that the accomplishments or achievements of one's country. People who are patriotic love their country, but not in a way that they think they are superior to the people in other countries. And the fanaticism is a term for belief or behavior involving uncritical zeal, particularly for extremely religious or political cases, often insisting upon very strict standards with little or no tolerance for contrary ideas or opinions.